What did you learn when you failed? You can learn a lot. You can learn a lot because I've been writing for months now, and even though I'm not some writing genius or some literary expert or something extravagant, the reason why I made this video, or the purpose of this video, is for me, someone that's inexperienced, someone that's not even the highest of highs, someone that's not even at the top of the step at the very beginning, to share what my first draft, and yeah, what my first draft has taught me. This is basically to make me and you not feel afraid of. No, this is basically to make me and you know that you don't have to be an expert to teach something. You don't have to be. You just have to be willing to learn, willing to be taught. Because in anything, whether it's school, whether it's work or whatever, everyone has the ability to learn and teach something. But yeah, in this video there'll be four questions. Four questions, right? Question one: what did I expect this first draft to feel like, and what was the reality? Second question: did I ever want to quit, and what pulled me back? Third question: have I learned to trust my own ideas more or less through this process? Fourth question: what would I tell myself when I first started this draft, knowing what I know now? That question, stick around because that question is a very difficult question for me to answer. But don't worry, I'll still answer it. And I chose these questions because I feel like they capture everything I'm trying to explain in this video. So yeah, we're gonna get into it. Comment down below anything you want. And while you're down there, don't forget to like, subscribe to the journey because I always say it's unpredictable. Let's get into the questions. Question one: what did I expect the first draft to feel like, and what was the reality of that? Well, firstly, I wanted this first draft to be the birth of my writing journey, and I wanted it to be nothing but perfect. Yes, no flaws, no mistakes, just perfect. I wanted it to be perfection, but reality came. Reality hit me because after writing that first paragraph, after writing 3 pages, no, first paragraph. After writing 3 pages, I was like, yeah, it's out. It was the opposite. It was the opposite. Am I happy with it? Of course. Well, now the whole first draft, of course, is not 3 pages. It's way over that. But now, am I happy with it? Yes. Will I finish it? Yes. Was it what I expected? No. No. What I imagined wasn't what I brought into reality. It was what I brought into reality was flawed, imperfect. It was everything opposite of what I wanted and what I thought it would be. Not and the glaring lesson in all of that was it taught me that this first draft is is imperfect, which is fine. Which is fine. I don't know why I wanted it to be perfect. I really don't know why. I think it's like a thing for some reason I think I just wanted it to be. It's because I was like inexperienced. I was like, no, I want this to be. It's because I'm writing for people to read it, and I had this assumption that people aren't gonna read anything less than perfect, which is it's crazy, but those are the type of thoughts you get when you're putting out work. When you're putting out art, you expect you want you well if you when you put out art, you don't want it to be you don't want it to be less than perfect. You want people to you know what I'm saying? You want people to take it in. So I wanted it to be perfect, and in the most humbling way, the first draft was like, we're not going to be perfect. And and right now I'm happy because it taught me it's better completing an invert it's better it taught me that completing an imperfect version of my first draft is 1,000 times better than incompleting a perfect one. Basically what that means is when you strive when you try reach for perfection, perfection doesn't have a reach because you're basically perfect is perfect. Perfect is something that not even we would know what perfect is. And once you think something's perfect, is it truly perfect? You know what I'm saying? And it's better to complete an imperfect version, because then what's so much better is feedback and people telling you, oh, this is good, oh, that needs a little bit of work, this is good, you know. And I would rather my now I'm happy, because even though it's not what I expected when I first started writing, I can't I'm kind of excited for feedback. Weird, but over the course of me writing, I'm kind of excited for feedback. I want feedback. I wanna know what people are gonna say, what I can do, and you know. But yeah, it taught me that this first draft is gonna be imperfect, and all the other drafts are gonna be imperfect, which is fine, because release something perfect, then how would I would there'll be no feedback. But yeah, that's one thing my first draft taught me. On to the next question. Second question. Did I ever want to quit this draft, and what pulled me back in? Yes, I wanted to quit this draft. 1,000% I wanted to quit this draft. Not only did I want it to be perfect, I was kind of overwhelmed. When I was writing this in the earlier stage, I never had a plan to go back on. So as the scenes were going on, I would just write. I would just write. So I started it, and as the start was happening, I just kept going with it. I just kept going with it. Now I don't really do that. I of course understand what's going on, so that I don't fall out of place. But yeah, so then as I was writing without a plan to fall back on, I would question myself: should I add more characters in this? The draft I'm working on is gonna be it's gonna be I'm gonna cause I'm doing a book series. I'm not doing just a singular book. A book. I feel like I like book series more. A singular book, like, what happens next? I want to know what happens next. But yeah. So then I would just question myself: or should I add more characters? Or should I deepen this? Should I do this? Should I do that? Questioning myself, right? And the questions were just circling my mind, and I'll take breaks, untamed untamed breaks, not writing for hours, days, weeks. Basically, I quit, but I never wanted to admit it, because I didn't want to admit I quit, because I was in the mind. I basically quit, but I was in the mind. I was in the state. Oh, I'm taking a break. However, the thing that did bring me back was the same thing. Well, I believe was the same thing that took me out my mind, because I don't only get my inspiration from movies. I get my inspiration from actually anything. The only reason I said movies because I wanted to shrink it to fit under a scope. But no, I get my inspiration from everything, from anything. When I mean inspiration from from my book. So I get inspiration from anything, watching YouTube videos or movies or coming up with ideas or having deep dives into my power system. Yeah, I know that's weird. That's weird, but I like to debate myself on my own power system. It's like a competition for myself. How much do I know about my power system? But wait, I'm training off. I'm training off traffic. But yeah, that was the same thing that put me back in, and the vision, because I know the ending. I know the ending to the story. I know how it would end. Will all of you like it? No, all of you won't like it. But will you understand it? Um, you're gonna have to wait and see. It just taught me that how no matter how much my mind will overwhelm me in this process, it will be the very same thing to bring me back. It's like a cycle. I'm writing, I get overwhelmed, I go away. Oh, I go away, I'm coming up with new ideas, I come back in. It's just a cycle I have with myself, if that makes sense. But yeah, on to question number three. Third question. Have I learned to trust my own ideas more or less through this process? Yes, I understand. I have good ideas, especially if they aren't the best. They always all will always make sense. Sometimes I just need to go through my ideas, or I need to elaborate on my ideas, like in my head or out loud, or whichever way that is, or writing them down. I either go through them or I elaborate on them. That's usually the best way. Because a few days I was thinking of an idea, and the idea it didn't make sense, but as once I thought about it and elaborated on it with myself, and I realized, no, it's not actually a bad idea. Yeah, this is a short question, very short question. Sorry, very short answer. But my ideas, I believe in them because even the stupidest ones somehow make sense. I don't know, maybe it's just the way I put them in or something. But yeah, I would say that writing this draft, but writing in a whole, and writing as a whole, has made me trust my ideas much, much, much more. The fourth question: what would I tell myself back when I started this draft, knowing what I know now? There are many things that I would tell myself. Being perfect doesn't matter. My ideas are a mistake. All those things, right? But what I tell myself, I think. This is a difficult question. I think I would tell myself everything that I'm thinking isn't going to turn out the way I think it's going to turn out. I tell myself it doesn't matter. It isn't what I'll tell myself. I'll basically tell myself whatever I'm thinking isn't going to matter. It won't become what I'm thinking. It's gonna become the complete opposite. And I believe I would tell myself that it is better for me to stop thinking and just do it, because the biggest mistake isn't not writing or not completing, it's believing you will finish it. Basically, what I mean is, I'm basically saying is that believing or thinking, or through thinking that you'll finish something is not even, that just hinders the completion of something. It just hinders everything. It doesn't make any. It just makes it a thought. It doesn't. Even, it will never. Because there's many times where people think of things but never even start it or never even go through with it. Because yeah, you can dream big. Because not every dream has to stay in your mind or a fraction of your imagination. Every dream you have has a possibility to be completed. The thing is, there is one place it can start, and that's you. You're the only one that can complete the dream that you have. Yeah, this was a hard one. It just basically, basically, to sum it all up, I'll just tell myself, just do it. Don't think, just do it. That's what I tell myself. 'Cause I feel like what I was doing back then was doing way more thinking than I was actually doing writing. I was thinking when I was writing, because going back to the first question, I was thinking of this first draft being perfect. Again, I was thinking of the overwhelming thoughts. I was thinking of the idea. You know what I'm saying? All of these were were things I was doing. So I'll tell myself, stop thinking and just do it. Yeah. When it comes to creating something, we all get hit metaphorically with reality, which is inevitable, or is what we thought. It's not, and we will all learn and be taught something different. What I learned and was taught from my first draft will probably not be the same for you, or whatever, or what you're creating, whether it's music, a book, a comic, manga, TV show, trailer, YouTube video. We all have our own lessons we go through that teaches us something to keep moving forward. You don't have to be an expert to learn or to teach people something. You don't have to be an expert. That's kind of a false platform that people have made you believe. It's not. You don't have to be some expert, because me, just by writing, I've learned so much. What I said in this video was basically the premise of everything. You don't have to be an expert to learn or to teach someone something. Realistically, I'm not teaching anyone anything. I'm just telling people what I learned and was taught from me just writing. That's basically what I'm saying. I think that's it. Um, comment down below any lessons or teaching your first draft or art has given you. I would love to know. And while you're down there, don't forget to like and subscribe to the Unpredictable Journey. Don't know why I said it like that, but yeah. Until next time, keep thinking, keep creating, and most importantly, keep dreaming. Thanks for watching.